Yea, Christ love, Yahweh. I have a new song. I'm going to open up the book and use my inspiration. I'm going to get to the book of Revelation, and it would be the 19th chapter, though. And I'm going to start in the 11th verse. Then I saw heaven opened, and a white horse was standing there. And the one sitting on the horse was named Faithful and True, for he judges fairly and then goes to war. His eyes were bright like flames of fire, and on his head were many crowns. A name was written on him, and only he knew what it meant. I'm going to stop there. Logos Circle 7. Logos Circle 7. The last king on planet Earth, a few hundred years back, when all the Lords airlifted to heaven and then past heaven and landed on this planet Venus, where I was already from thousands of years ago. So then I had to remind myself that they called it heaven. So now you have 7 circle logos. But then that wasn't good enough, because I explained to them what it means. And the Bible says he has a name written on him that only he knew what it meant. So then I had to come up with another one. Circle logo 7. And then I defined that one too. A circle could be a logo, but 7 of them could be called many crowns. It's right there in the Bible. Got a new song about it. Like to hear, here it go. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby, no. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby, no. Circle logo 7. Yay, GB Christ love. Yahweh, Yahweh. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby, no, baby, no. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby, no, baby, no. Circle logo 7. Yay, Genie Christ love. Yahweh, Yahweh, yo, necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby, no, baby, no. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby, no, baby, no. Circle logo 7. Yay, G. Ooh-wee. Christ, Christ love. Yahweh, Yahweh, yo, L-O-V. Baby, no, 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 no. It ain't necessarily so, 'cause baby knows, that baby knows. Circle logo 7. Yay, Christ love. Yahweh, Yahweh, yo, know that baby knows. That baby knows. Baby know it ain't necessarily so. Logo circle 7 circle logos. That baby knows it ain't necessarily so. Logo circle 7 circle logos. That baby knows. Circle logo 7. Christ, the holy Christ, the sacred Christ, love, love, Yahweh, Yahweh. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. That baby knows, baby know. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. That baby knows, baby know. I am the universe. Love. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. Baby no, that's baby knows. It ain't necessarily so. It ain't necessarily so. That's baby knows. Baby no. Circle logo 7. Christ, the holy Christ, the sacred Christ, love. Yahweh, Yahweh, L-O-V. Ooh-wee. Baby, no. Baby, no. No. That's baby knows. I am the universe. Love. I am the universe. Love. Yo. Not to be confused with the 1940s in what y'all call Adamsville, Alabama. It really was just called Birmingham or maybe Bethlehem. When there was an invasion of aliens, I guess you would call them. Y'all call it World War II. And then some of the angels cataloged some of their reports and called it World War I because y'all had played with time and the calendar dates in the name of the Creator. So there was one by the name of Calvin Murphy. He had other last names. One of his names was Davis because he was saving people. Another one of his names was Johnson. Another one of his names was Jackson. He had many names. He bought the house where I'm living at right now with a bank called Wells Fargo Bank. And he bought another house just a block away from me from a Bank of America that used to be in Birmingham. It's no longer here now, but I am still here. And when Calvin Murphy ran into these aliens in what y'all call World War II, Calvin Murphy did something. He called on the word of the Lord, the name of the Lord, Yahweh, and he called on the word of the Creator, which at the time was being worshipped as God. And he turned himself into a little baby to try to find out what was going on. That baby was called Baby No. Baby No. So when you have a baby that knows knowledge, that's knows. So you have to say no, 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 no.